Hello. Hey everyone. So I know I've been telling everybody I was going to get to it and I haven't. So literally, being a procrastinator, I am. We'll get into detail about that some other time. I waited to the last minute. Anyhow, for all my friends who tell me to do it, finally doing it. Thank you. And for those of you who are just watching, hi, my name is Rwanda. I am from Los Angeles, California, West Coast, you know my nails, and I am currently living in España, in Espanol, and in English, that is Spain. So, getting right onto it, why did a girl from California, Los Angeles, California, South Central to be specific, move to Spain? Good question. So, I obtained my college degree from California State University Fullerton, May 2016. Woo, woo, go Titans, Titans reach higher, Tusk up, all that alma mater pride. Anyhow, graduated from college, and like most of us that obtain our bachelor's after we graduate from college, we're like, where do I start? What do I do? So I was kind of in that state, but not really taking it seriously because, I mean, baby steps, okay? Like, I worked my butt off to get that degree. So I was just applying to jobs, trying to anyway. Didn't know the first thing. And I was presented with the opportunity from my friend Tolu. Hey, Tolu. And the job opportunity was to be a mentor for a program for children called the Summer Engineering Experience for Kids. So I took the opportunity and I did it. So it was a great way for me to make money that summer before figuring out just what it was that I wanted to do next. So upon getting my college degree, a lot of people know who's known me that I always wanted to do fashion. And I didn't do it right away because I wanted to be what they call practical. So, being practical, I got my college degree. And then I'm like, okay, I want to go to fashion school. So, I had two options: a very popular prestige fashion school, the Fashion Institute of Merchandising and Design, or go to community college, test the waters, and see if it's something I ultimately wanted to do. And being once again practical, I decided to take the community college route and pursued that for a year. That was August 2016 until June 2017. Now, going back, college. During my tenure at California State University Fullerton, I was there for 5 years, age 18 to age 23, 2011 to 2016 to be specific. And during that time, I decided to travel. It was something it was just something I always wanted to do. And I went for it and I did it. I studied abroad. Summer 2015, I went to South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, and it was a life changing experience. And from that point on, you could basically say I became a wanderluster. I wanted to travel. I wanted to put myself out there and see the world. It was really a life changing experience for me. I can't even begin to start talking about that trip. Maybe another vlog. But anyhow, I was the tender age of 22 when I left the US to go to South Africa for the first time in my life ever, leaving the USA, like ever. So you can imagine the impact that had on me. And from that point on, I basically made a promise to myself that I would travel. I wouldn't put a price on it. It's just something you can't put a price on. So when I came back home after 4 weeks of studying abroad, I began looking into trips. I called it my early graduation gift, and I bought a cruise to the Western Caribbean. Now, just so you guys are familiar with my cultural background, I am Belizean American, meaning that both my parents are from the Caribbean island of Belize, geographically located on the borders of Mexico and Guatemala in the Caribbean Sea, of course. And fun fact, it is the only English speaking country in Central America. So that motivated me to buy that cruise because one of the destinations to stop to was Belize. For those of you wondering, have I ever visited Belize? My parents did take me and my siblings in 1993, the year I was born. So, based on that, I wasn't even old enough to remember what was occurring, what Belize even looked like, and I hadn't been since then. So, my gift to myself was to go to the roots, go to the roots, and it was the greatest thing I could have done. Also, on that cruise, I went to Honduras. Honduras, trying to learn how to, the accent. Um, Cayman Islands and Mexico. Great trip. So, just started adding places to the list, as y'all can see. I'm like, okay, Africa, Caribbean, what's next? What's next? Just to give y'all a timeline, went to Canada, British Columbia after that. Traveled around the U.S. a little bit. Went to Washington D.C. Went to Arizona. Went to Miami. I just started bouncing all over the place like a bunny. Okay, so the big move was where I am now, Spain. So what brought me here? How did I even get here? Well, when I came back home from South Africa, I had a friend named Shannon. She was in one of my sociology classes back in college. Hey Shannon, what's up, girl? She's currently in Madrid. She's been in Spain now for 2 years and a half. Trying to be like you. I got 3 months in. Let's see. So she was doing the language ambassador program here. And she told me she was moving here. And I'm like, wow, like, what kind of program is this that would allow you as an American to move abroad without much qualifications in a sense, besides having your college degree? Did some research, asked her more about it, and once I became familiar with the program, I was like, I definitely have to do this. I'm like, I might not do it this year, but I'll do it next year. I kept saying it, speaking it into existence. I'm a firm believer in that. So I didn't go 2016 upon graduation like I had planned initially because I was presented with the scholarship opportunity that required me to stay in the US. So I just thought, make money before moving abroad. Take your time. Spain isn't going anywhere. So I decided to go to fashion school, get the scholarship, and applied to the program January 2017, which I did earlier this year. And it was a strenuous application. And when I tell you that, nostrils flaring, It was in Espanol. And when I tell you I don't speak Espanol, in high school, what did I take as a foreign language? Francais. French, people. I didn't take Spanish. So that really worked to my disadvantage. I was on Google Translate. I was just trying to get my life, okay? Get it. And I did. And it took me a month to thoroughly fill out that application, make sure there's no errors, and turn it in. Like, oof, it was real. Shout out to my A1 Billy who met up with me. He is Mexican and he speaks Espanol and he could read Espanol. So I needed my A1 to come through to make sure we didn't mess up nowhere. And he did. He came through, y'all. So shout out to him for helping me with that process. And anyhow, life was happening for your girl. And that's going to be another vlog too. Life was happening for your girl. And I wasn't even checking or worried about the program no more by May. I mean, not by May, by March. By March. So I applied by February. By the end of March, I was just like, it is what it is. I applied, but the way life is going, we'll see where I end up this year, period. How about that? Not if I end up in Spain, where do I end up this year? You know? So, once again, presented with opportunities. By summertime, I was getting like job offers in April to do the summer program again that Tulu, my friend, had introduced me to, the summer engineering experience for kids. And I I didn't know if I wanted to do it. I didn't want to do much around that time. So I was just rolling with the punches. And April, early April to be specific. I'm trying to think. I'm like gonna go back to that email, but for sure in April was when I got accepted to the program. I got an email in Espanol, of course, and it said, "Congratulations, you got accepted into the Language Ambassadors program. You have 3 calendar days to get your life. You gonna do it or no?" I was so shooketh, shooketh. Okay, I didn't know what to do. I really didn't. I didn't tell nobody. I I didn't know what to do. So I told eventually my sister, who I lived with, and she was like, "What's the problem? You've been wanting to do this, so what? It should be like automatic yes." And I'm just like, "Well, you would think, but life happened, and I was just struggling at the time mentally, and I just didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do." Told eventually my dad, and then I believe I told, can't remember, but I know I told you, homegirl Alexis. I know I told you, and you was like, "Are you gonna do it?" And I'm like, "I think I'm gonna do it." And mostly because of the recollection of something I posted on my Instagram when I was about 18, 19. And it goes, if you wait for the perfect conditions, you will never get anything done. I don't know how much factual it gets than that, people. I really don't. Like, it's just laid right there on the table. Straightforward. We all understand what that means. So, on that third calendar day, procrastinator, shout out to all my procrastinators, I accepted the position. And the rest is history. I took the summer job with Seek. I thought it would be a good idea to make more money before I left off to Spain and I did the program in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., which is what took me to DC over this past summer. And it was such a great experience. Shout out to my DC people. And when I came back home, I was just like, Spain. I didn't apply for my visa. You ain't going to work in no country without no visa. So, hurrying up this process, trying to get my visa, had to go to the consulate of Spain in LA, back and forth. They told me I had to translate the documents. I had to get a medical certification saying I was in good health. It was just, yeah. If anybody wants to know the requirements and want me to do a separate video on the requirements for this program, let me know and I'll just do a separate video on that. But for the sake of this video, I just want y'all to know it was a rigorous process, but God being the good man and the great he is, everything came through, y'all. Everything came through. And September 27th, I was on my way to Spain. So, bringing me back to how did I end up here? Well, if you knew me in university or just in life, I'm not the most spontaneous person. Like, I'm not jumping out of airplanes and stuff like that. To all of y'all that be doing that, more power to you. Once again, nobody else, but more power to you. And yeah, that ain't me. But when it comes to really pushing the bar and throwing myself out there, that's me. That's your girl. So I just threw myself out there like a fish in the sea. And what do fishes in the sea do? They find a way. They find a way. Okay. Shout out to my Pisces, by the way. Zodiac sign. Hey, really big on that too. But yeah, I just threw myself out there. I told my parents, hey, I'm moving to Spain. Tell my friends I'm moving to Spain. Literally, maybe a month before I left. Like, yeah, I'm really doing this. Like, this is certain. And I moved to Spain. I moved to a country where the first language is Espanol, and mine is not where it should be. I moved somewhere where they have siesta during the day. Everything closes from 2 to 5 p.m. So if you hungry, sorry about it. It's been quite the move, I will say. Especially the language barrier. That was probably the toughest. Being a minority here, maybe. Um, I am an African American woman living in a place that's not multicultural. Spain, based on the cities I've seen, villages included, is not a multicultural place. Spanish people live in Spain. You'll have different races, a little sprinkle here and there. You know, some Africans from Senegal, some Erasmus students from the US, little sprinkles of different races, but for the most part, the majority, disproportionately large number of people here are going to be Spanish people. It ain't the USA now. It ain't the USA. It's not Paris. Because I went to Paris, and Paris is multicultural. Okay, Spain is a different kind of place. So the adjustment, it wasn't the easiest, but I came knowing I was going to be pushed out of my comfort zone. And being knowledgeable of that, I rode with the punches once again. I was just rolling with them. I got placed at the school I was going to be a language ambassador at. And to clarify what a language ambassador is, specifically for this program, it's you're teaching English abroad in Spain. So I was accepted to the program in Andalusia, and I was placed at a school in a village called Minhibar, and I live in the city of Jaén. So Jaén is a province of Andalusia. Andalusia is an autonomous community, including many cities: Malaga, Jaén, Minhibar, Ubera, Beta. The list goes on. So it's a pretty big place, and it's in the south of Spain, which many would say, "Oh, you're in the warm part of Spain." Being from California, it doesn't get warmer than that. It's cold here. It's cold right now. I'm tired. My heater on right now as we speak. So moved to Spain, y'all. I just wanted to put myself out there. I wanted to just do something I've never done before. I wanted to step out of my comfort zone. I wanted to become familiar with another place. I wanted to travel the world. I just wanted to explore. I wanted to escape. I just wanted to really push the boundaries. And that's what it's been. That's ultimately what it has been. And I'm glad I made this decision. I feel like there's no better time than now. And sometimes in life, we're just uncertain about the things we do, and that's okay. Life's still going on, and you'll figure it out eventually. So I feel like that's the place I'm in currently. And it's been great. I'm blessed seeing where God places me within the next months, weeks, years, days, you know, and it's being great. So that's just the mini introduction to who I am, vlogging in Spain, why I'm here, and that's it for now. Thank you. See you guys later.